Hello and welcome back to another episode of Crypto News with Julie Kittis. I'm your host, Julie Kittis. And this show is powered by the Gokhshtein News Network. I hope you all are having a very good start to your day. Geez Louise, I was watching the president give his speech earlier today. He's going to be doing a State of the Union address later today. Interesting that it is coming on the heels of his World Liberty Finance Mar-a-Lago meeting this last week. So, lots of things are happening. I was actually watching from Nick Shirley's channel on YouTube. He was live streaming a behind the scenes. I thought that was pretty cool. I've never seen a behind the scenes of a State of the Union. We are just living in such different times. It is so exciting to be a content creator, an independent content creator. And so shout out to everyone in the chat. I went ahead and put the comments on. Hello, Mike Bulmer. You were number one. I was like a little buggy on my end. I don't know what's going on. But yes, it's me again. Hello, Brian. Welcome back. Welcome back, Black Hat team. I hope you're doing well. Hello, Chipper. Hello, Derp. I love it when Derps comes in to visit. He keeps trying to get me to go back out to South Carolina to the Beeple event. Beeple's having more events. In fact, I still have some of the goods from my first Beeple. Actually, I went to the first ever when he did with Crypto Punks. It was fun. It was good times. So, I hope I can make it back out to another one very, very soon. Hello, John Legend the Legend. I see you squeaking in here. Black Hat team, shout out. Peace of my mind. Poe Man, hello. Hello, Poe Man. Oh, and David French. Do I like Charlie Kirk? I do like Charlie Kirk. I think that he had a good message. A good, strong message, and was not afraid of people asking solid questions. So going back to Nick Shirley, it was really interesting to have Nick Shirley on in this behind the scenes. This guy grabbed him, said, "Hey, I want to interview you." And so he sat down, and the guy was just, well, how did you get your start? Did you always set out to be a YouTuber? And he was like, yeah, I always set out to be a YouTuber. And this is like mainstream media guy interviewing Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley's like, well, when I was 16 years old, I had gone on a religious mission and I came back and I knew I wanted to save all of this money. And so I came home and I started working and I saved $10,000. And that $10,000 is what got me started working on my channel. And it was actually really inspiring to hear that because people don't realize what it takes behind the scenes. Like Nick Shirley is just now becoming a name where everybody knows who Nick Shirley is. But Nick Shirley's been around for a long time. He's 23 years old now. He's been, doing his YouTube and his investigative work for quite a while. He saw it being there was an opening where mainstream media wasn't covering certain stuff. And he had learned that while being on his mission. And so I was just really impressed by him. So it was cool to, because I've always been into politics. You guys know this. So even when I was young, I would watch all of the State of the Union addresses, whenever somebody would take office, like that was like something we would sit around as a family and we would watch it. We would watch it. We would all have our opinions about politics, the good, the bad, the ugly, I was a very small child when Bill Clinton was in office. And Monica Lewinsky did the things she did. And that was how I learned what the fellatio is. I did not know that. And so, but thank you to our dear president back then and Monica Lewinsky. 9-year-old me learned a lot. I learned a lot. But I digress, you guys. So there is a lot going on right now. We have the State of the Union address Yes, Brian, politics. You would have never guessed. You would have never guessed. So yes, I'm getting distracted. So politics and crypto are front and center right now as we have so much going on. The legislation, the regulations. Are we pro crypto? Are we anti crypto? They're really wanting to get this bill pushed through. I still just don't even know if the bill has, if they're going to come to a good agreement on the stable coin or the staking rewards. Staking rewards is supposedly what's holding all of this up. But what we do know is that the USD wants a US dollar in every pocket. They want a digital dollar in everyone's pocket. So, Bellatio, that's great, Brian. All right, on a grand scheme of things, though, it's politics ties into the financial markets. Love it or hate it. We go to war, it has impacts. He was making announcements for the steel industry. He was making announcements for companies to come, basically to do manufacturing back here, domestic manufacturing. He's wanting to bring manufacturing back. He's wanting to bring jobs back. What the jobs numbers was one of the big things that they spoke about. Jobs numbers, because what they're not talking about and what they're not considering is how many businesses went under that they're unaware of, that jobs that are lost forever, the jobs that are lost forever. So one reporter was saying that when he talked to a failed business owner, this failed business owner said, I didn't even know I needed to like report it to anyone that the business had gone under. So these things happen. People lose their jobs, and these jobs, some numbers are not being reported. And we always knew that the numbers that the Federal Reserve, Chairman Powell, were looking at we knew that they weren't right. We knew they weren't right. And so they were making estimations off of incorrect data. So I don't know. I feel like 2026 has already had a lot happen, but I feel like we're going to have even more happen. It's going to be even more. All right. Yes. Smash the likes, you guys. If you are new here, smash a like, smash a subscribe. I go live every day at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time talking about crypto and politics and other things. So thank you all for tuning in. I'm trying to get those watch hours up. You guys, let me tell you, me and Joxie, our show, it rocks. We pull in the numbers. We didn't do the show for 1 week, and my numbers just went down and down and down. So I need to get her back on. And you guys need to share this out with a friend. Share it with a friend. It does say that StreamYard for some reason is not sharing my stream out on X/Twitter anymore. I have to actually go open it, and then I have to post it myself. Open live video. Hold on. I am the production crew right now. I'm the Julie the podcaster will be right back. I have to. I don't even see my stream. Open live video. Okay, here we are. Copy the link. All right, let's share it out. And you guys, I keep saying too, I will never bot my stuff. I will never bot my stuff. If there's only 5 people here, there's only 5 people here. I'm not going to bot my stuff. Because people that are botting, I think eventually they're going to get caught. And if they get caught and they lose their platform, that's sad. That's sad. You work so hard, the last thing that you want is to lose your platform. I've spent 5 years 5 years growing this, almost 6. It'll be 6 in December. 6 in December since I started growing this. So my YouTube journey, I'm getting fairly close to monetization there, and that's been about 2 years. About 2 years. But man, okay, just got the X notice. Nice. Okay, that's because I tweeted it out. That's because I tweeted it out. Perfect. Thank you, peace of my mind. And Black Cat Team, he's so good. He always sends out, I say he, I don't know. I'm assuming you're a he. Maybe you're a she. You're a non-binary hat. Oh my gosh. Black Hat Team, please do not hate me for that. I don't know what you are. Hello, Jesse. Welcome into the chat. We're pushing this out. We're pushing it out. Pushing it out. I'm in a good mood today, in case you guys can't tell. I woke up really tired, and then I thought, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. And you guys know, I bought my daughter a car, and the car is as old as she is. It's an '09. Has like 100,000 miles on it. And it runs good. It runs good. I've had to put oil in it. Okay, so let me tell you about this though. I knew my mom showed my daughter how to check the oil. So they checked the oil and they said, oh, the oil's low. So then I'm like, okay, I need to go put oil in it. So yesterday in my running around, all of a sudden the notification comes on the car, it needs oil. I'm like, okay, I need to go do that like right now. This is the top of my list of things to do now. So I go straight in and I buy the oil, and it's like the 5W20. Okay. So, and I had Googled it, and I knew it would take like 4 liters, but I was like, I'm just going to start with 2. So I got the 2. And then I'm like, I'm gonna need a funnel. Shoot. Let me run home and get the funnel. So I run home and I pull up in the driveway, and I get the Chipper is like, oh my God, he already knows something crazy is gonna happen. So I pull the dipstick out, and I put the funnel into the hole where the dipstick hole is. And then it was in quarts. I think it was in quarts. I don't know. I think it was in quarts. I had 2 quarts. I don't know. See, now you're asking me questions I don't even know. So I have the funnel, and I'm holding it over the little hole, and it's like the size is equal. So I couldn't even get the funnel hole into the spigot hole. So then I hold it and I just start pouring. I start pouring. And so then I start seeing, because obviously my funnel doesn't fit in this little hole, I start to see the oil spilling. Now my OCD is kicking. Oh my God, right? Like I'm going to have oil all over the driveway. Now I'm like really freaking out because So anyway, I get in the car. I finish pouring it real fast. Put it all back, and I pull out into the driveway, or out into the street, so that way I don't get any more oil into my driveway. So I get the hose, and I like hose off the driveway like it never happened. But like oil and water, they're not really friends. So I thought, like, worst case scenario, I'll get like kitty litter or whatever. I think you use like kitty litter, right? So anyway, so I got the oil in. So I'm like, cool, everything's great, right? So today I'm like, I'm gonna put a little more effort in on my car. Put a little more effort in on this car. Make sure everything's good. So I get in there and I pop the hood and I get my soapy bucket of water, and I'm like going to start like cleaning off all the hoses, cleaning everything down. I get over to the battery, and the battery is like corroded. And this one part is like all corroded. I can't even believe the battery works with all this corrosion. But there's like all this corrosion, and then like there's just like the string from the battery is just chilling. And then like where the battery was, like there's like this lining that's on the ceiling. It's like totally melted away at some point. I don't think it was when I had the car. It looks like this all happened a long time ago because all of the like corrosion, I went like that. It was like, it was like dust. It was like dust. But like, yeah, that cord needs to go back into the battery. Gavin Lewsome. So no, it gets better. It gets better. So I keep cleaning. I'm cleaning, and I'm like cleaning, like, cause my car, it smells. I was like trying to, it's like, it smells like old engine. It smells like old engine in the car, and I don't like it. And I've like put air fresheners in there, and it still smells like old engine. So that now I'm like, I need to clean the engine. So I got the Fabuloso, and I'm in there, and I'm cleaning everything. So then I get back over to like where the oil is, and then I found the cap where you're supposed to open it and put the oil, and you don't even need the freaking funnel. And I put the oil through the little dipstick hole, and it doesn't even go through the dipstick hole. I just knew that that's where you check the oil, and I'm an absolute actual retard. But I fabulosoed the engine, you guys. I fabulosoed the engine. I hope you guys enjoy my stories. So yes, my car is working much better. It smells better. I'm sure it needs like a tune-up. I'm going to take it to get a tune-up this weekend. But anyway, it's the things I get myself into. And my dad would normally help me. But he's got dementia. Like, so I'll leave for like an hour and I'll come back, and our outside exclusive dog, he's exclusively outside, will be like in the house upstairs. He's locked himself out of the TV, like stuff's on fire. Like, it's just like, he can't really be left alone for very long. He's like having a toddler. He's like, oh my God, Dad, please, I hope you're not watching this. I don't think he watches this. I love you, Dad. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed that intro. That was a hell of an intro for Crypto News with Julie Kennis. If you haven't smashed the subscribe, smash them! Because I'm almost to 1,400, and I really want 1,400. So, and I want it now. All right, but first, let's go ahead and take a look at the crypto charts. All right, taking a look at Bitcoin. We were just in this sideways channel, but guys, we're just selling off, continuing to sell off. And we will continue to sell off. I do not think this is a great time to be buying anything. I do have all of my allotment there in stables, as you guys know. And even entering certain short positions in a downward trend can be dicey, because look at, even if you were shorting it here, it could have got you here. It could have got you there. There's just multiple areas where you feel like you're going to have these little pumps, and then an inevitable dump. So, and looking at the market cipher tool, we had positive cash flow for a bit, but we're currently in the red. We're in the red. Little saggy boobies. Two sets here. Here and here. Here and here. So we knew, because we were in the red, even though we popped up money flow into the green here on the tool and here on the chart, we knew that it was going to continue to go down. So we could have guessed. We could have guessed the red candles were coming. We could have guessed. All right, moving on to Ethereum, currently trading at 1850. And Solana is $78. Everything is, it's in, ooh, I'm like just seeing that gap down on Solana here on the 1 hour chart. I was playing with my indicators before we started the live stream. Solana holding a little stronger than Chainlink. Chainlink's currently trading at $8.19 in the red big time. Yeah, I was going to pull up in the heat maps. I haven't looked at the heat maps, but I know we have a couple of pockets. We have a couple of different pockets. So I do suspect we're going to continue to go down lower based off of that. All right. So Binance also has had a sharper sell-off, trading at $585. So it was trading around the 600 range, but it has continued to trend down. XRP is hanging on around $1.35. Dogecoin is at 9 cents. In fact, my friend Slim Doge Millionaire, I saw he posted to X. He's depressed. He's ready to cash out and be done with crypto, you guys. And it ain't happening. Sui is already down to 86 cents. 86 cents, guys. And then SPX, I have SPX in here. Because this is one of the memes that I held on to. And I think it will continue to do well. I think it's one of those meme coins which has proliferated through this cycle. Much like the Pepe. The Pepe had really weird pumps. The community's still there. It's still doing things. It's had FUD, but it's still there. There's weird little memes like that I believe in, and this is one of them. All right, so moving on to the top 100 on the crypto bubbles. Everything, it's looking pretty green. It's looking green. You were playing with your indicator too. Very nice. Oh my gosh. Speaking of indicators, I'm like, everything reminds me of cars right now. I had my daughter drive to the gas station. We actually went out on a main road, and that was quite terrifying. She was scared. She did good. But yeah, the road I took her out onto though, the speed limit's like 65. Although there's lights, it's like a highway with lights on it, and so we turned the corner, and I'm like, "You need to step on the gas," and she freaking slammed on it, and I was like, threw me back in my seat. I was like, "Okay, well, you don't want to blow up the engine. Just go easy on it." So mixed across the board. So look at World Liberty Finance. It's down just a little bit. 10 cents. Was trading at 11. Yeah, we were trading 11 yesterday. So Pump. I'll take a look at Pump. Pump, man. Pump is really it's still at $1 billion market cap though. It's still at $1 billion market cap. I just feel like Pump Fund has been so extractive. And then it enabled everyone to become extractive. So, I don't like it, guys. I think it's best to just invest in what you have conviction in. Bitcoin is good. Ethereum is good. How low do we think it could go? Well, the low, I in a worst case scenario, let's say pandemic type, going to war again for the 10th time type. I don't know. We go down lower, maybe potentially down to 30 as a bottom, but I don't think it's going to go much lower than that. Too many people are there. The fundamentals of Bitcoin resonates with too many people now. There's going to be way too much buy pressure. Plus, I think somebody said Michael Saylor is like negative 8 billion right now with how far under Bitcoin price is, which is just an astronomical number. So when you think about it, it's best to just have your conviction, hold on to the things that you have faith in. So, And then, yeah, don't hang on to stuff that's not going to be there. Like vaporware is vaporware. Vaporware is going to be gone. It's not coming back. It's not coming back. Blocky says, I don't understand why people think it's the end of the world. Crypto is not going to go back up in a year. I mean, there's always a chance it does nothing. Yeah, it's going to... Oh, it always goes through the cycle. Look, everyone said this time is different. This time is different. No, it wasn't. It was the same. This time it's going to be the same. Global pandemic and everything shut down. We got to like 9,000. I think we touched 9,000. I don't think it would ever go back down to 9,000 again. I think it's going to be at least around that. 20, 30 most likely. But it would have to get really ugly. What else could happen at this point? Like, so much globally. There's so much global uncertainty. We're off the charts on the fear greed index. All of a sudden, oh wait, they were worried about treasury bills. Maybe something with the treasury bills, and China doesn't want to buy our debt anymore. Either way, you just have to know. You just have to know what you have conviction in. And Bitcoin, I have conviction. I have conviction. I even have conviction on the meme on Bitcoin. Dog. You guys know I still love dog. I'm still holding all my dog. I'm still holding all my dog. And it was at an all-time high. I think it was like 44,000, and it's like down to like 2,000 now. It's like down to 2,000, 3,000 now. Something like that. But I mean, I should have sold it, but I have conviction in the fact that like it has the best narrative of the first meme on Bitcoin. So, look at Dogecoin. There were people who held on to Dogecoin. If the guy who was the founder of Dogecoin held on, he would have been like a billionaire, but instead he like sold it all for a Honda Civic or something like that. And so, but yeah, it's the market has felt max extraction. It has felt just bled dry. Nothing new is really popping up. Anything new that pops up, it kind of dies pretty quickly. Just because everything this cycle, when it had momentum in the bull market, it was so short-lived. Like you compare bull markets in the past and the euphoria was carried out. It was long periods of time. And here it was just up and down, up and down. You had to sell as quick as possible. Last man holding the bag was the one that lost, basically. And I think we all participated in some of that. We all did. Now, if I was smart, I would have taken a little more profits on some of that. But I did move some of it into conviction plays, into stable coins, into things where it's going to continue to sustain me through this bull market. And I'm in a better position than I was last time. And that's what's most important. Continue to accumulate. So I don't do a whole lot of swing trading. And I have in the past. I have when I feel confident in the swing trades. So I'll show those when I feel like I feel confident in it, but I just don't feel confident in any of that right now. So I can't. So instead, we're going to get into the breaking news. Yes, I make myself laugh sometimes, guys. All right. Let's pull this one up first. So, all right. Binance CEO hints at legal action over report on Iranian sanctions. So 2 major news outlets published similar reports on Monday claiming that Binance had fired or suspended employees involved in an investigation into crypto going to Iranian entities. So Binance CEO Richard Ting took to social media on Tuesday to attack what he called inaccurate reporting by the Wall Street Journal regarding the investigators at the crypto exchange uncovering 1.7 billion in digital assets moving to Iranian entities. In a Tuesday X post, Ting said that the report published on Monday contained defamatory claims, including a letter from Binance's legal team demanding immediate corrections and a full redaction of the false statements. So your article is false, seriously misleading your readers, and defamatory to our clients, said the letter to Wall Street Journal. Our client has written to you directly seeking a correction of the major matters of significant concern and call upon you to act responsibly and remove your article pending this correction, thus potentially avoiding the need for further action. The article by reporters Patricia Cowisman, Angus Berwick, and Ben Foldy claimed that Binance executives fired internal investigators who reported the exchange facilitated more than $1 billion in crypto to a network funding Iran-backed terror groups. So the New York Times article published the same day also made similar claims, reporting that the investigators, 4 of whom were suspended, had found 1.7 billion had flown from 2 Binance accounts to Iranian entities with links to terrorist groups, a possible violation of global sanctions. So it's interesting to see that, again, Binance coming under fire yet again. According to Binance's legal team, the Wall Street Journal reporters failed to reflect the crypto exchange's responses to the questions in the article, claiming that the publication had an agenda already set. Ting referred followers to a Sunday blog post on the exchange compliance program. So Fortune published a similar report on February 13th, making claims about the violations on Iranian sanctions and Binance firing 5 employees. So they're saying big time, Binance is refuting the claims, but there's 3 different reports. You guys know what I always say. When there's smoke, there's fire. You're not going to have 3 people all getting the same story unless you've got multiple people that are tied up in this that all lost their jobs at Binance and everybody's hearing about it. Yes. So, let's see. All right. I wanted to read this to you, though. Okay, so this says, Harvard's David Sinclair announces human aging reversal trial. Speaking on February 4th, Sinclair explained how his lab uses these 3 genes, the OCT4, SOX2, and the KLF4, to reset cells' epigenetic information, likening aging to a corrupted data on a hard drive. Life Biosciences, which he co-founded, received FDA clearance in late January of 2026 for ER100, an eye injection therapy for glaucoma, with human trials starting soon to test safety and vision gains. So while animals resulted in restored sight and nerve function. Pretty interesting. Like, okay, so they're injecting this into the eye because that's like what they, I guess, are going to approve it for. But they have proof that this particular genes can reset your cells, which I find super interesting. I don't know. You know, everybody's all into the biohacking stuff lately. So I wanted to read that, as well as this piece here. So the White House rules out Trump pardon for Sam Bankman-Fried. A White House spokesperson confirmed on Tuesday that President Trump had no plans to pardon I cannot speak, you guys. A White House spokesperson confirmed on Tuesday that President Trump had no plans to pardon FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried, who's serving a 25-year sentence for defrauding customers and investors of $10 billion. The 33-year-old, once a top Democratic donor, recently shifted to pro-Trump messages on X, criticizing his trial judge and Biden policies. Despite echoes of Trump's clemency for other crypto figures like Binance's CZ Peng, and officials cited SBF past ties to FTX as a massive fallout as a deal breaker while he appeals his conviction. So interesting stuff there that I don't know, maybe if he was shelling out more money to the Republican side, Trump would be a little more lenient on him, but interesting to see that, in fact, SBF is not going to be let out early on Trump's watch. So, all right, so let's see. I want to pull up, let's see. Let's pull up this one first. Okay, just a second. I'm going to pull up this article for you guys. You guys touching each other's PCs? The group chat's getting freaky. What the hey? You guys are funny. Okay, prediction market firms could be making $10 billion in yearly revenue by 2030, Citizens Bank says. So the bank said rising volumes, tighter market structure, and early institutional engagement are pushing prediction markets beyond their gambling roots towards a new asset class. I have a lot to say about this. So, growth in prediction markets is surging as traders seek more precise ways to price and hedge discrete events from elections to rate decisions without relying on blunt proxy trades. Prediction markets are running at an annualized revenue rate above $3 billion, up from $2 billion in December, and could reach $10 billion by 2030. So that's just a ton of money, in my opinion, towards complete gambling. The bank cited accelerating volumes, a stronger market structure, and early institutional engagement, saying that the trajectory mirrors the early evolution of listed derivatives and digital assets. We will continue to view the $10 billion of annual industry revenue by 2030 as a reasonable medium-term waypoint rather than an end state, wrote analysts led by Devin Ryan. Prediction markets have rapidly moved beyond the niche betting to a growing ecosystem of sophisticated trading platforms that aggregate real-world event probabilities. Leading players like Kalshi and CFTC-regulated U.S. exchange for event contracts, and Polymarket, one of the largest decentralized market coverings for politics, sports, and economics. These platforms are drawing significant volume and attention from mainstream finance and regulatory bodies alike, reflecting broader growth and the shift towards institutional relevance. Asset classes typically scale from retail-led liquidity to professional market makers, eventually institutional capital, driving a step change and a in-depth sophistication, the analyst said, arguing prediction markets are following that path. So January volumes rose more than 40% in December, with February tracking to be a similar pace despite expectations from the post-football slowdown. So, okay, so the reason I wanted to bring that up is because it ties into this next article. Oops. I'll pull that one up. I will pull that one up. Okay. All right. Polymarket users favor Meteora in bets over XBT crypto takedown. So, users placed more than 7 million betting on the outcome of the crypto sleuths investigation, expected to be announced on Thursday. So users of the prediction markets platform Polymarket are making bets on which crypto platform will be the next target of online sleuth ZachXBT, known for investigations in scams and hacking. So as of Tuesday, Polymarket showed a 29% chance that ZachXBT would name decentralized liquidity platform Meteora on Thursday as part of what he described as a major investigation into one of crypto's most profitable businesses. The crypto sleuth said Monday in an X post that the investigation was related to allegations of insider trading. So, according to Zach, the investigation would reveal that multiple employees of the yet unnamed exchange abused internal data to insider trade over prolonged periods of time. Polymarket users had the chance to bet on Meteora, MEXC, Axome, Wintermute, and others ahead of the announcement. As of Tuesday, users have wagered more than 7 million on the target of the investigation. However, odds on the Polymarket event contracts are based on user activity rather than insight into which company he has planned to announce. Okay, so based on user activity. I don't get it. So is it not based off of who he plans to announce? Because I think that's kind of what they're doing here. It was unclear whether ZachXBT's allegations of insider trading included company stock or digital assets. So I find these types of things interesting. I was not even sharing the article with you guys. But that is okay. You guys can see my face. ZachXBT, I told you guys, he has me blocked on X because one time I promoted a coin tied to an NFT project because I loved the art. And ZachXBT, I guess, thought that this person was a scammer. And so he blocked the artist and he blocked me. And I'm like, and it's crazy because I'm not a shiller. I'm totally not a shiller. I have what I have. I don't do pay for play. It's not me. There's a lot of people who do pay for play, and they'll represent only because they're paid. But I was just shocked because while Zach has me blocked, he doesn't have Sahil blocked. Sahil, the evil villain, what's his name? Evil villain? I don't know. Monkey villain? I can't remember. He was the one that was launching all of the celebrity tokens and rugging the space. So I'm like, I find it interesting that he has me blocked, but you go to his page and you look in his comments and he's got Sahil in his comments. And Sahil is way known scammer in the space. Most extractive. ZachXBT, why don't you have Sahil blocked? Why is Sahil in your comments? You have me blocked? You think I did something wrong? Or you blocked me? It doesn't make any sense. So then for a while I thought, well, maybe Zach blocks people that he doesn't want to investigate because, if you block somebody, then you're never going to see their stuff. It won't hit your timeline or anything. So I don't know if that's the case. But then you see, because Zach usually will just drop a thread. He'll just drop the thread. And this time it's like, oh, I have prepared this huge investigation and I'm going to drop it on this date. And it just so happens to allow the opportunity for predictive market. Like, I don't know. Like clearly, so I don't know, you guys. I get weird because it's like you're supposed to be the leader in the space. You're supposed to be the one that's like leading by example, but then how am I not supposed to feel like you're in on this? Like you're creating this predictive market yourself. And I've speculated other people on this channel. If you watch me all the time, I've speculated on the other people that I think have opened up polymarket bets and created volume towards it. And then that winning that bet would make certain investments worth it because the payout of that bet on polymarket was greater than the cost to achieve what was needed. So the fact that like polymarket came out and it was like this new form of hyper gambling and nobody said anything about it. Like nobody's really questioning it. It just immediately got mass adoption. There's commercials everywhere. Everyone has their own prediction market now. Like crypto.com has it. Like there's some new one that was just being marketed to me. Like there's normies on television have their own version of predictive markets now. Like they're springing up everywhere. But why? Where is the oversight? And then the people who are setting this up and creating the volume behind it, they have knowledge, and that's why it's there. That's why they create it. I point the finger at the people who are setting these up. Like, who set up the polymarket question? Is Lady Gaga going to be at the Super Bowl? Like, clearly they knew. It's like, do the old rules just not apply anymore because it's new? It's this, predictive markets. And so you just do whatever you want? Like, but the fact that like every company has rolled out their own version of it. Like it was just completely acceptable and completely acceptable by everyone. Like, did they all just like have this light bulb aha moment that whatever made DraftKings a legal loophole for gambling, predictive markets has been able to use that as well? I don't know. I don't like it because I feel like people who are involved in these things are creating fake volume and pushing this out there, and they already know the answers. They already know the result. All they have to do is get enough activity in on that question, on that idea topic, and people, they start to think, oh yeah, this is easy. I could bet on this. Like, okay, Meteora, MEXC, or Axiom. There's 3. I thought it was 4. Wintermute and others ahead of the announcement. So hold on, I'm going to share my screen. So here's the graphs. So they all started here and drop down immediately, I guess. And then, like, since the liquidity has been added, they've kind of gone their separate ways, right? So, but who set this question up? Is it one of Zach's friends? Is somebody that worked on the investigation? Somebody that knows? Like, and then if there is people that know and they're creating these and there's, you get a 1 in 4 chance of getting it right, but you think it's a 1 in 4 chance. The odds are not stacked in your favor. They're stacked in the favor of whoever the insider is that knows the answer. Because there's no way to hold them accountable, right? How do you hold them accountable? This is just going to pay out. So they load the money in and it looks so cheap. Oh my gosh, it's so cheap. I'm just going to, but people are, when they know, they're just going to have all their little bots go and put in all these little, buys and stuff. I don't know. You guys, I get mad. I get mad because crypto, Bitcoin, is supposed to give everybody a free and fair shot. If you are here in crypto and you are purely extractive or doing things for self-gain, or you just aren't a steward of the space, like, shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. So, because there's real people here. There's genuine people here that want to invest here. They want to invest their time, their money. And it's not fair when the game is rigged. It's not fair when the game is rigged. And there's always new ways that they're finding to rig the game against you. So, and this is just, I feel like, another example of Zach has never made an announcement about an investigation before. He's just dropped the investigation. He's just dropped the thread. He has been paid to do an investigation and he drops the thread. So this time it's like, I've done an investigation. I'm dropping it on this date. Did he get paid to do the investigation and now he's made an announcement and now he's making money off of betting off of it? The speculation? That stuff's wild. That's wild. I really hope not. I really hope not. But everybody who sold is happy AF. I'm happy for you. Sell everything and be happy. Sell everything and be happy. You're so funny. Okay, you guys. Well, that is the show for today. I am not selling everything. I will be back. Looking like the USA hockey team with a missing tooth, blood coming out my mouth. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock Pacific time. As always, this show is powered by the Gokhshtein News Network and sponsored by the amazing Market Cipher. Check out their trading tools that integrate with TradingView. They will help make you a better